it's supposed to happen, this one right here.
Hey there everyone, we're going to walk through a T-spine mobilization today. Some cautions before we fly into this is a lot of people actually have weak upper backs. So for the large majority of people, this isn't going to be your go-to mobilization technique. But for you athlete lovers or your athletes out there and the gym lovers and people who call themselves quite fit and notice they have a lot of back tension, this is going to be your bread and butter for mobilization, reducing pain, having good functional movement, but also remobilizing to get more gains and more musculature throughout the gym. So pay attention. This one's really solid. You're just going to use a little peanut. This is a mobility tool, which is essentially two lacrosse balls. Now, they're manufactured this way, or you can have them, just get two lacrosse balls yourself and tape them together. I've seen both. You can have super advanced ones called supernovas, but just for simplicity, if you get yourself a $6, $7 little peanut here, really solid mobility tool. Now, we want to start just below the neck. There's a big bump on the back of your neck here called your C7 cervical spine, okay? This bump is going to be the end of your neck and the start of your chest area, or your more scientifically thorax, okay? This thoracic region has a number of vertebrae, which we want to be putting this ball on. Now, this is where it gets a little confusing, but very appropriate. We want to stay away from the center parts of each one of those vertebrae. And this peanut allows you to go on either side of your spine without putting any pressure on the midpoint. Okay, so when I say T-spine mobilization, I'm saying thoracic spine mobilization. So what you're going to do is just start, like I'd mentioned before, below the C7, and you're going to freestyle a little bit here. There's no tried and true way to do this perfectly, but you'll want to move around and just kind of feel through areas that feel tight for soft tissue. So if you're worried about doing this wrong, you're probably not. You just want to be mindful of that one thing we just talked about and not be on the very center of your spine. So you're just going to start below that bone like I talked about and just be in between ribs. You'll know that you're in between ribs because it doesn't hurt as much. From here, you're just going to start in between the first two ribs and just freestyle around. Bring your hands all the way up. Bringing your hands around, almost like you're doing like a snow angel. You can do that as well. And just move in all directions. And you can even go over into one side if it feels a little tighter. And then from here, after you do about 10, 15 seconds, roll down one rib. You'll know, because I said before, when you're on top of a rib, it's going to be far more painful. And from here, just keep working through the mobilizations. Go from one side to the other. If you want to go more advanced and you feel like you can get more out of this, do a glute bridge, pick your hips up, and really just kind of dig into that soft tissue. Now, it's going to feel a little ropey, and you'll notice the areas that are of priority for you because the tissue itself is going to be more painful in certain areas. That's a good indication because normal tissue should not be painful. Anything that has a ton of sensation is not considered normal based on different physical therapists and doctors of today. So we're wanting to make sure that as we move through here, we're staying on an area long enough to decrease the amount of sensation you're feeling while doing this. So you're like, how long do I stay there? Well, it's going to depend on the amount of sensation that your body is giving you in feedback. So from here, same thing, you just freestyle around. And all you're going to be doing is moving up and down up until you get to the bottom of your rib cage, moving vertebrae by vertebrae. And I'm just going to speed up through this. But you'll notice as you shift through vertebrae or as you shift through ribs that you'll find areas that are tighter. Stick with them longer, okay? And when you're finished and you get to the bottom of your rib cage and you come on up, you'll feel a massive difference. It'll feel like you just got your butt kicked in a massage session, but massive for reclaiming new positions of posture and getting you into awesome functionality to get better lifting in the gym. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Let me just run my thumb on this one. It goes 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, rock, 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, the party rock.